A warm namaskar to my palmist friends and welcome to the world of palmistry. Today, I'll be just talking about some myth alerts and some facts that have been verified in palmistry. When you talk about palmistry and the classical palmistry, you'll be hearing about many new such things which have never been actually applied in real life. So those are all myths, but we need to be alert. Some people will say, no, these myths work. So we need to have some facts that can be verified and prove that these myths are not accurate. So I'll be talking about small myths. What are the myth alerts and what are the facts that can verify this thing? The first myth that people follow is whenever there is a spot in the center of the palm, it is always very good. But in reality, this is not true because a spot on the hand always gives a problem. Whenever you have a spot on the palm, there is going to be a problem in your life. And this spot in the center of the palm is the society area. So whenever you will have a spot in the center area, you will be facing problems in your society life. Though you may have a very good family life, but this will give you a problem in the society life. So this myth alert needs to be noted. This is not a myth. It is a fact that if you have a mole on the center of the palm, it never gives you any good thing. They say that when you close this thing, you can save money if the mole comes inside the palm. In that situation, when the mole comes inside the palm, it means that whatever you have collected, you can hold that thing. But the truth is that that thing will never be used. You will be having lots of wealth, but you will not be able to use that wealth. In the society, you will not have a name. In the society, you will not be able to represent yourself. In the society, you may not be able to work. So this myth has to be noted. It should be seen that this myth does not really work. Be alert. This myth shows the fact that you will be a failure in the long run. Remember this myth. When you talk about more myths, there's a myth that a cross on the Jupiter mount is always good. Now remember this thing. What is the meaning of a cross? You just cancelled something. When you cancel something, does it work? I don't believe in this. Then how can this be a good thing? Again a myth. That a cross on the mount of Jupiter is very good. Whenever there is a cross on the mount of Jupiter, it is a very good symbol. But why did people say this thing? We need to verify this fact. See, I'll be explaining this to you. When there is a cross on the mount of Jupiter, it gives a problem. It indicates something that can be harmful to you, that can be problematic to you, that can give you some loss, that can give you some problems. It can be something wrong with you. So in that situation, what does this cross do? This area is the area of ambition plus family. So when there's a cross, you have an option that either choose your family life or choose your career life. So somewhere or the other, you have to make a sacrifice. If you are more devoted towards your family and not giving out time in the society, you won't make a standing. In that case, you will be losing your ambition. But if you're going for your ambition, somewhere or the other, your family life gets disturbed. You have to make a choice that do I have to choose my family or do I have to choose my ambition? In that situation, is this spot good? Is this cross good? No. Again, this myth is an alert for you that whenever there's a cross, a situation in life will come where you will have to choose one thing out of two. One is family life and one is ambition. So always see your priority, always see the situation that is going on in life, always see which factor is more important at that time, and then decide whether you should go in for your family life or for your ambition. Don't just believe in this myth that a cross is good. You have to just verify the fact. Let's come to our third myth. It's a myth that don't show your hand in the evening. It's not auspicious. These spiritual works are only done in the morning hours. Now, is this myth valid or not? See, according to our ancient times, this myth is valid. Why? Because there used to be a light problem, and the minor lines, the minor symbols, the minor things on the hand were not visible very nicely. That's why they used to say, don't show your palm in the evening. Secondly, whenever you see after the whole day's work, when you're tired, your veins are not clearly visible, and at times some lines are not visible in the evening. But you have to verify this fact. In today's scenario, what is the difference? You've got magnifying glasses with lights. You've got lights in the room. In this room, there are at least 6 lights which are burning. So there's no problem in analyzing a hand in the evening. When you have got a proper light on this palm, you can read everything. And if you don't have a proper light, you won't be able to read everything. So if you have a light proper with you, you can read the palm. So this fact shows that the problem of light was the myth that you should not show your palm in the evening. Secondly, the myth continued that when you are tired, your lines are not visible. But see, I agree with this. If I'm the whole day working, sitting one place, I'm going to get tired. So automatically my veins will not be visible. But if I just rub my hands, I play with my fingers like this. I just do them like this. I rub them. I just clap. You see the change in the color of my hand. Whenever a client comes in the evening, we can suggest that client that please join your hands first. Try to clap, play with your fingers, rub your hands, and now you are ready to show your palm. So this is verified that we can see the palm in the evening also. This is a myth that only you can show your palm in the morning. There's one more myth that whenever a very good heart line combines with another heart line on your palm like this, when you show your palm like this, and there's a joint of both the lines, you will have a very good family life. But why did this myth create? They are combining the heart line in this form, right? They're saying that when the heart line is properly formed like this, combined like this and formed properly, you can have a very good family life. This half moon is indicating a good family life. But no, I don't believe in this. Why? Because this heart line shows emotions for many people. It can be an emotion for a pet. It can be an emotion for your profession. It can be an emotion for a friend. It can be an emotion for a colleague. It can be an emotion for your partner. It can be an emotion for your mother. It can be an emotion for your brother. So how can you say that it's going to be only your wife, husband, and children? To verify this fact, you need to know that whenever your heart line touches the top of the Saturn finger, whenever your heart line touches the center of your Saturn finger, for example, in this palm, it's going just up to here. In the same way, in this picture, it's going from here till the top of the Saturn finger, just close to the Jupiter finger and the Saturn finger. In this situation, you are very close to your first family, wife, husband, and children. In that situation, when in both the hands, this line is given over there, you will be having a good family life. Otherwise, it's not necessary that this half moon is giving a good family life. That family life can be with a pet. It can be with your mother. It can be with somebody else, but not exactly with your wife, husband, children. So you can verify this thing in this form. Fine. There's one more myth, and you have to just listen to that myth very nicely. It is believed that lines change. People just think that lines change. They don't accept the fact that palmistry is accurate because they have a thought process that lines change. They have made this a myth that palmistry can never give you accurate results because lines change. But I'll prove this myth. I agree that lines change. You have to be alert that which lines are changing. Which lines are changing. To verify that fact, you have to analyze the hand. Whenever there are very small lines on the hand, it means that there is an emotional disturbance in your life. Very minor lines on the hand, creating a zigzag or a disturbance or a creation of multiple lines at a particular place show that something wrong is happening. For example, if you see this palm over here, there's a lot of clutter of lines. If such a lines are visible on the hand, it's not good. And if they disappear, it is good. Fine. In the same way, if you are not functioning, you are not doing your karmas properly, your lines will subside. The main lines never change. The lifeline, the headline, the heart line, the fate line, the sun line are always there in your hand, whichever have been gifted to you. But if you don't do your karmas, they subside and they stop, they don't get visible. The more the karmas, the more they come out and they are visible on the hand. It means the more the efforts you put in, the more the lines are visible. The less the efforts you put, the less the lines will be visible. But they don't change. They don't disappear. They just subside inside and they come out outside. So this is the fact that lines change, but not that they change the reading. They make the reading more accurate. That this line was not there 6 months back, but today this line is there. It means that you have started working on that direction. So it's a positive sign. Small zigzag lines are showing mental disturbance. Now they're visible. It means today you are mentally disturbed. But after 2 days or 2 months or 2 weeks, if they're invisible, it means now you are on a better stage. The lines never go away. They just improve or disimprove the condition of your palm. You have to follow these factors and you will be getting very accurate results. Many people believe that the age factor cannot be calculated on the palm. This is a myth. Each and every event can be calculated if you know the pattern of calculating the age of a person. For example, a person is 35 years, you must know from where 35 years starts and then where the next age will come, where the next age will come, from where the starting of the age will come of each line, and each event can be calculated. It is a myth that you cannot calculate the events and age on the palm of a person. Everything can be calculated. There may be a slight or minor change, but you can ask the person and reach the accurate age of that event. When you reach the accurate event of that person, you will be able to get very good results. Now, many people believe in one thing. The palm of the lady is the non-working hand, left hand, and the palm of the male is the right hand, the working hand. For example, if this palm comes to you and one is a left hand and one is a right hand, a lady will always bring the left hand in front of you, while the male will always bring the right hand in front of you. But this is not correct. The non-working hand is always your destiny hand, and the working hand is always your karma hand. My next video will be on the working and the non-working hands. But I just must let you know that one of the hands is the non-working hand and one of the hands is the working hand. So you have to remember a lady that in ancient times, ladies were not allowed to go out of the house. They used to not work. So their non-working hand used to be seen that if they have a good non-working hand, they'll be getting a good family life and they'll be living happily. But nobody believed this fact that ladies used to work at home. They used to have cows. They used to take out cow milk. They used to make things out of cow dung. They used to work in the house and make pickles and murabbas, etc. So how can you say they were not working? The only thing was that they were not moving out of the house. But the fact was that at that time also they were earning money because the males used to sell those things or they used to sell those things in any form. So when we read all these myths and facts, we reach the reality that these myths were created behind with a reason. There was a very strong logic behind every myth, but we never took it as an alert that we should change our thinking according to the time, place, and condition. According to today's time, place, and condition, we have to analyze the facts, verify each and every myth, and then reach a reading that why was this thing said. Thank you very much for my video, listening to me, and I'll be coming ahead with many more videos. Thank you very much.